chatting all about Lil Yachty. Now, he's not really been spoken about recently as he did when he just released Teenage Emotions, but that's for good reasons. He's in like a low, promo type space.
Yeah.
Fine. But this article just came out that said that Lil Yachty was really, really, really upset with the results of how his first debut album performed, and he's really like surprised by it.
Yeah.
He sold 44,000 copies, which is, it's terrible.
Not great.
He was in the media a lot, so you would think, and he has a really devoted fan base from like SoundCloud days, so you would think that he'd be getting a #1 album at the very, very least, or working his way towards one.
Yeah.
So essentially he was being interviewed by Cody Shane in Interview Magazine.
Yeah.
And he said when he released his first album, he thought that shit was fire, as he should. Then the sales came back and it did 44,000 the first week, and he was devastated and so confused because he worked so hard. But he understands why it did so poorly, because he says he disconnected with his fans and tried to do other things. The records were good, but they weren't what he started with. What are your thoughts?
I just think the album was just pure trash.
Yeah.
Firstly, the album cover is amazing. And his viral activity leading up to the release of the album was great as well. But his singles were Peekaboo with Migos.
Play with that pussy like Peekaboo.
Which is fine, made sense for him. And then Bring It Back, which is some like 80s flavored prom song.
You need to bring it back.
And then he went with a Diplo song as well. Too long, not edited. And then when he came here for Splendor, it was just an absolute mess of a set.
Bit of a shit fuck.
Nobody in the mainstream gives a fuck about Lil Yachty.
Wow.
Yeah.
I felt kind of scammed by the album cover, especially because
Yeah, totally.
on this album cover you had people from many races, many ethnic backgrounds, sexual identities. It was it was quite liberating to see, and he made it seem as though that in this album he would tackle actual teenage emotions, like the real reality of being a teenager in 2017, and it just wasn't.
Instead we got It Could Be Great. It could be great.
better.
It could be better.
It could
always be better.
Now I'm listening to this 20-something track album, which is far too long, with the intention of really trying to understand what he's going through as a teenager in his position. And what I get is that he's vain. He was like a little bit misogynistic, but that's to be expected of rap.
Wasn't one quite strangely sexual towards his mum?
Yeah, there was a strange song where there were a few sexual references to his mum. He has a whole second album ready to be released.
Yeah, but what's that going to be like? Are we going for Chris Brown 45 songs this time around?
I don't know. If you're going to be so candid about how poorly your music is done, CC Eminem, then your follow-up has to be magnificent.
Yeah.
So that's our feedback.